Hi everyone, welcome back to New York City. I was gone for about 6 days playing a chess tournament in Las Vegas. If you missed that, I don't even know how that's possible with all the recaps. And this video is going to serve as a little bit of an update on life and what future plans we hold for content and also for competitive chess tournaments. Before we do anything though, y'all, look what came in the mail a week early. This thing is so heavy and it's like 3 times the size of the silver button. So thank you all. You are all incredible. You're all the reason why this is even possible. I'm just going to continue to make content and hopefully you enjoy it. So thank you again for all the continued support, whether on YouTube or Twitch or any social media platform. But I wanted to make the update on YouTube because this is the biggest audience that I have. So yesterday was super stressful. We flew through, 2 different storms, and the flight was delayed by 2 hours. I got home like 11 o'clock at night. But Las Vegas trip was incredible. I mean, hundreds of people, everyone from 6-year-olds with their parents talking to me, taking photos with me, getting advice, to the older folks, like people in their 70s, coming up to me telling me that they got back into chess or they just discovered chess due to some of my content and seeing me on YouTube. So super humbling. Incredible stuff. I didn't say no to anybody. I don't even know why that's a thing. People say, oh, you didn't say, you're so nice. You said yes to all these like different people. It's like, what are my options? I said no to 2 people the entire trip. One of them was a teenager who tried to bribe me to play Blitz with his friend group. That was at like 12 o'clock at night. I was like, no, I'm good. And the last night there was like some super weird guy who wanted me to like take a walk and talk to him. And I'm like, I'm good, dude. No, actually, thank you very much, but no. Everybody else was super awesome, and you're all amazing, and if you were too nervous to come up to me, well, you'll probably see me in like a year in Vegas again. So first things first, let's talk about the tournament, and then we'll talk about everything else. I gained 10 rating points, FIDE points, and I went up from 2343 to 2353 in my tournament in Las Vegas. I had 5 wins, 3 draws, and 5 wins, 3 draws, I would have won the tournament. 5 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. I played 5 games against higher rated players, and I scored 1.5 out of 5. So I beat one of them, I drew one of them, and I lost to the 3 grandmasters that I played. And a couple of things just game by game. It really felt like in my wins, I was more prepared in the opening, and we can talk specifically about the chess. In a lot of my games playing c4, like my last round game, I had some kind of better knowledge of how to play the isolated pawn position than my opponent. Versus Christopher Yu, my biggest win of the tournament. This was not the move order that he played, but I was more familiar with the semi-Slav structure because I had studied it and I had more experience. And the games that were absolute disasters, I played d4 against the Capian and then decided to play a modern and play really aggressively and had no idea what I was doing. Against Timur, it was like a little bit better, but then obviously when I played black against Akshat Chandra, he played knight f3 on move 1, and I went back to this, and then here, for whatever reason, decided not to just play I have a course on this. I know how to play these positions. Just decided not to do it. Decided to, try something new. So from the preparation side of things, and I'm not a rocket scientist, I think a lot of people would agree with me. As an international master, I'm gonna need to have a competitive advantage versus the strongest players in the preparation side of things. So against Chris Yu and against Theodoru, I had good prep. I had prep until move 10-15, and then I just got a normal playable position. I had success. The 3 games that I lost, I was completely on my own pretty much very early, and that can be very dangerous because I can tend to be too creative. Creative is a nice way of saying stupid. Now, moving forward, this is the big question. Will I play again? Yes. In fact, relatively soon. I'm still going to talk to the organizers of this next event to talk about, crowd control. Vegas was great because they had a stage area and they had like a barrier. Like they put like little ropes so you could stand behind them, but nobody could walk up straight to my board. Still, people were very good, but there were some very annoying people. people who would walk right up to the ropes with like a little bag and then just start hitting the bag against their leg. Like, imagine that scene. Okay, it's completely silent. Person just walks up to the ropes to stare at the board, and it's just like hitting their bag against their leg, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, no. Now, people who walked up to me, very nice. I mean, probably I had hundreds of interactions over 5-6 days. I took so many selfies with people. Feel free to like respond to me on Twitter if you have a selfie that we took. I signed some boards. I spoke to everyone from 6-year-old children and their parents to old dudes. I mean, old dudes walked up to me like 75, 80 years old, and they were like, I really enjoy your content. It was awesome. It was really a great time. Very tiring. I didn't spend a lot of time downstairs because I don't like the smoky, casino floor. I don't gamble much, and I needed a break, honestly, after 10 hours of chess, like 8 to 10 hours of chess every day. If I went downstairs to where everybody was, I would get swarmed. If one person approached me to talk a little bit, all of a sudden there was like 10 people behind them who wanted to talk to me too. And it was overwhelming a little bit. Like I needed to kind of get away and just lay in my room and recharge my batteries because I had to play chess the next day. If I didn't have to, then it would have been a little bit different. But because I had to continuously get the energy, I lost weight, lost like 2-3 pounds, came back. I lost like 2-3 pounds despite eating garbage takeout for 5 straight days. I guess I just burned so much calories and had so much, such a weird eating schedule there that... but yeah, I will be playing again. I will be, I'm reaching out to a few coaches, one of my old coaches, Wojciech, a couple of other secret people, to do some training, some preparation. And, when it's all ready, I will announce it. I will obviously make recaps, and, I will be talking, and figuring out how to talk, to a sports psychologist, for the little, like, in between gaps of the games, to manage my time better, not psych myself out when I play the stronger players, just see if there's anything that they can pinpoint that I should focus on. I'm going to focus on my physical stamina, because in that 5th hour of play versus Vladimir Kapian, I could have maybe held the draw if I wasn't completely exhausted, and the truth is that you need that you need the physical component to everything as well. I think that's it. I mean, moving forward, my game plan in terms of the prep side of things is going to be to come up with a couple of different weapons against the, d4, c4, knight f3. Like for this tournament, my prep was mostly g6. I was just going to play g6. And I did. I played it against knight f3. And I mean, against e4, listen, it's no secret. I play the Caro. So I'm going to fine-tune my Caro-Kann variations. This tournament, I busted out the Panov with g6 for the first time in my life. So now I reviewed these lines. Now I have these lines forever. That's the way prep works. You don't get to use it in the tournament. My opponent played cd5, but the main line is queen b3, and then white just takes this pawn, and, black will create counterplay here against knight e2 or bishop e2, which are the two main lines. So now I have that. There were some games, I had an advanced variation game where my opponent played not this move order, but we played kind of this advanced variation with g5. I'm going to go review my lines there. With white, I'm going to fine-tune my English opening. I'm going to fine-tune some d4 systems as well to complement the c4 systems. I didn't have a tremendous amount of time in this tournament, before this tournament, to work a response for the Grunfeld defense. So if I saw that my opponent played the Grunfeld, I'll probably start with c4. And actually, with the c4 move order, they have to play d5 right away, because if they play g6, hoping they get a mainline Grunfeld, white actually can do this, and now they can play a King's Indian, because they can't play d5 anymore. So, fine-tuning some of my stuff like that for the future, for my next tournament, and when it's ready, I will obviously announce it. Till then, back to making my usual content, streaming. We got the Guess the Elo, this is a short video, so if there's content you want me to make, some of you wrote Paris Grand Chess Tour, I'll see if I can do that. It's like the whole tournament's kind of over now, but I'll see if I can do it. yeah, maybe I'll make a recap of the Paris Grand Chess Tour. Other than that, if there's something that you want me to make a recap video of, I mean, not recap, recap my flight or something, let me know in the comments. And do get involved in the comments. We have a ton of engagement in the comments, like just so much engagement. It's unbelievable. Some of these videos I was making had like 2,000-3,000 comments in Vegas, and obviously the Vegas recaps were the best performing videos I've probably ever made. They had like 300,000-400,000 views every 24 hours. So just think about that. Folks, it was an honor making these recaps for you. Thank you so much for saying things like you would look forward to watching my recaps more than Euro 2020 football matches. That's probably the biggest compliment a content creator can receive. I will be playing chess. I will be returning. I am unretiring for now. And that's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you for tuning in for this little update. I've got a day of errands and driving later, but regularly scheduled programming on the Gotham Chess YouTube channel will return tomorrow. As always, peace out and get out of here.